Yo, are y'all man? We got think before you sleep. Why people are avoiding relationships? I don't know. Let's see.
Okay, wait.
Hold up. Sorry. By the way, hit the link. Follow up on Think Before You Sleep. He makes great videos. Sub over here too. Now let's get into the video.
I'm so pissed off. I just got home from a date. The guy walked out literally 10 minutes into our date. So we matched on
Oh, that's
Hinge,
not
and
good.
I have really good photos of myself on Hinge. A few of them are AI generated. They look exactly like me.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Well, you're already messing shit up. AI generated.
I feel like if you weren't trying to misrepresent something about your appearance, you wouldn't be using AI.
While we were out on our coffee slash walking date, within the first 15 minutes, he asked me where one of my photos was taken. I'm not a liar, so I said that it was an AI generated photo. And he said, yeah, I don't think we're a match. And he left. That seems so dramatic to me. And also, everyone is using AI generated photos. If they look like you, who cares? The ones I use with Dream Lens look exactly like me. They're not like the crap.
No, they don't. Oh, I can just tell. No. Number one, you definitely look whiter in this photo, and you look younger. Like, where's your wrinkles at?
ChatGPT ones. So what is the difference? Who cares?
Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I was about to cook out and start saying shit, but who the fuck was like, yeah? So I want to go out here and meet my wife and whatever, and she's over here using ChatGPT photos. Are you fucking crazy? Are you what is up with her? You can't even be yourself in your own photo. You can't even use your own photo. You're crazy, man.
If you're a straight man, let me know. What do you think?
You've got to be kidding me. You're gaslighting, right? It's easy to see why the guy was mad. The most noticeable thing that it got rid of was your acne. Less noticeable to guys, but her hair looks super dry.
No, she just looks like two different people. Her lips look different. Her face looks 2 times different. And imagine seeing it in person. By the way, we're seeing it through a phone. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, iPhones and shit are just automatically adding filters onto your face in general. So yo, we're not even seeing her at her actual face value. She's using AI generated photos and expect someone to be like, yeah, oh my gosh, this wasn't a catfish.
And frizzy in real life compared to the AI photo. And last, I think the most important one, is that it removed wrinkles that are here, 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 and here, which makes you look several years younger than you actually are. But You know what? Good. I love the idea of women using AI photos on dating apps, because the more severe the catfish, the more people will stop trying to find relationships on their phone. These apps are cancer. They're like if mobile game companies took over the relationship market. Anyway, it's been a while on this channel, so I thought we'd check back in with modern internet dating and see how it's going.
And ladies, even men who went to Harvard Business School are losers. I just went on a first date with a man. He picked a restaurant. I knew that this restaurant was a happening restaurant, but he picked it, and he went to Harvard. I thought that he knew to see if he was going to need a reservation. He went to Harvard.
If you don't think this is a made-up story for TikTok femcels, then you're an idiot. I believe this person more than I believe her.
I got catcalled twice on this walk.
No, TikTok as a whole, especially the dating meta.
Man. Well, I think TikTok in general, people don't understand. It's literally just an echo chamber. If you want to rant on a topic, there is 20 people or 30 people that are doing the same thing. You can just yell in an echo chamber, and it's all gonna be like, oh, blah blah blah. It's TikTok is cancerous, bro. You can say whatever you want. There's some positives, but the negatives are truly outweighing the positives.
Is literally just the Arthur meme.
How do you know if any of this stuff is true?
You mean just lie? You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
That shit is so hilarious, and no matter how many times I watch this, it progressively gets funnier every year.
I just mean that some of the details...
Whoa, I never thought of that. This is terrible. What if none of it's true? What if they're all lying? How would we ever know?
If they only knew how many social media influencers would base their entire careers off of telling incredibly obvious lies that people are too stupid to recognize. I mean, how many men are taking dating advice on women from guys who are obviously in the closet, and how many women are taking pointers from other women who are obviously prostitutes?
Do you think Myron's gay? He could be. I don't know. I doubt he is, but yeah, I think his dating advice isn't the best. But like he has some good points when it comes to certain things.
Can't believe we still have women saying shit like this after relationship guru the wizard Liz got cheated on by a Pokemon simp.
My husband loves me for
Oh,
simply
not her
existing.
again.
How do you and your husband split finances?
We don't. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money.
I listened to her too much. If you want to check out the whole video on her, what's his name did it? Oh my god, my bad. Jamari. Jamari made a great video on her. Check that out. I cannot listen to her voice anymore. It is so fucking annoying.
It's not nearly as problematic as the people who willingly choose the wrong partners, despite everyone trying to warn them. However, it is entertaining to watch them double down publicly, especially if I don't like them, so let's talk about it. The woman you just saw is Jesslyn Singh. She's the wife of an Indian stand-up comedian named Akash, and she has a podcast and a TikTok account where she started cannibalizing the career of her husband for views by openly talking about what a degenerate she is.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a...
By the way, guys, she meant to say she was kissing, right? That she didn't know what that word meant. She actually meant kissing, even though that's definitely not a red flag either. You were just going to frat houses kissing on dudes. Yeah, okay. What? Sorry.
Roster of guys that I would rotate.
So, lesson number 1 of the internet is to keep your mouth shut. Everyone should treat the internet like a police encounter instead of like a therapist. Anything you say can and will be used against you by your enemies.
100%.
Especially if your husband is in a male-centered space like a comedy podcast. Akash, did you not sit your wife down and tell her that it's a bad idea to talk about how promiscuous she was in college? Clearly he didn't, because that's not even the worst thing that she did.
He's on my hall pass list.
Oh, yeah.
Chase Crawford, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler, and who else? Dean Thomas from the Harry Potter movies.
Would y'all ever have an orgy together with your...
I like how none of them look like Akash. And someone pointed that out when I was watching a video of it. That is so true. Because, like, none of those dudes look remotely... They're not even the same race as him. They were white and black. None of them even look like Akash. That should tell you something. I don't know. I could be jumping the gun here, but
Priya, I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so fucking good looking, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him.
Nav's 10
His
incher.
body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband.
There's a difference being a scammer and being a hustler. Two very different things.
Okay.
I'm a hustler who scams a little bit. I'm not a scammer who
I'm not
hustles.
gonna lie, that was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy.
This is a divorce moment right here. If my wife told me that she wanted to have sex with her best friend's husband, said it numerous...
Yeah, and by the way, if y'all actually know, they are not even best friends. That's what I'm telling you. Go look at the video I made, or look at Jamari's video, whatever his name is. Sorry about that. No, they weren't even friends. They knew of each other, and they clicked. And I guess they just had a whole bunch of same interests, and they thought, hey, let's start a podcast. They don't even know each other like that. They're not childhood friends. They're not, I met her in college. They're not, I met her in high school. No, these people barely know each other. If you look at, bro, this shit was insane. Like, oh my God, this shit's disgusting.
Times on the podcast, and then brought me on to talk about it while she flirts with that guy right in front of me, I would be calling my lawyer and drafting up papers.
Yeah.
Now, for all the people saying that these
putting all my money in my mom's name, I ain't got shit.
Situations are just random and you can never tell if a woman will treat you like this in the future, know that people always show signs that they aren't worth marrying if you wait a little bit before making a commitment.
Let them talk too.
This one was obviously a bad idea. Her and her friends' entire personalities are TikTok.
Like, you don't have to justify your presence as, you know, wanting to be in your divine feminine energy and staying at home and not having as much stress.
I didn't wish her a happy birth month.
Nah,
happy birth
month
week.
Gotta stop. No.
Happy birthday
Eve today. He didn't wish me happy birthday
Happy
Eve.
birthday, Eve.
Yes.
That was like watching a horror film. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but there
And they're
comes
like
a point where
40
you have to
years
be
old,
honest
like,
about
yo.
your situation and do what's necessary. But of course,
Like,
they
y'all
didn't
are
do that,
all
which is why this is entertainment. So Akash and his wife started going viral because of clips like this, and I have to say that this is a no-win situation for these two. They screwed up badly, and the only thing they can do is shut up and wait
They
2
don't
weeks
give a
for
fuck.
everyone to forget about it. Because the reality was that most of Akash's fans didn't know about any of this, and it was just drama YouTubers making fun of them, so they could have just stayed quiet. But instead of being smart and keeping the hate isolated to people who don't even watch them, they decide to do a podcast where Akash looks super uncomfortable the whole time, and we are assured that everything that Jesleen said was just a misunderstanding.
The repressed Indian girl.
And like, being real, this was probably their best one of their best podcasts they've done in a minute. But look at the like to dislike ratio. Exactly.
Jesleen said was just a misunderstanding.
The repressed Indian girl that I didn't even watch Jersey Shore in high school because I felt it to be too inappropriate. So when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
What does a roster mean?
So it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like 2 guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
And when you say hooking up, I think people.
And were they white boy frats? Just curious.
When I mean hooking up, I just meant making out. Again, like everything I say is so amplified and hyperbolic because it's so like incongruous to who I actually am as a person.
Right. So you're saying you're a big old prude.
Yeah, literally.
Let me just say, as a person who uses Twitter, I don't think saying that you're Indian as an excuse for your behavior is going to make people trust you.
But I
They're
have
gonna start
IBS.
clowning
There's
you
no
more.
way.
You're Indian?
I do have IBS.
Indian food's never going to beat the allegations. So Jesleen is claiming that she's innocent and was a virgin until she met Akash, but I don't believe her at all. If you listen to both episode 6 and episode 7 of her podcast, it's apparent that she's had sexual contact with multiple men, even saying that being good at oral is a green flag. How would she know how to judge that if she's only been with one person? Best case scenario is that she's trying to misrepresent herself on the lines of technically being a virgin because she didn't have vaginal intercourse. Though I don't believe her on that either, because trying to push your close friends into group sex is not the move of someone who has only had sex with one person. Neither is wearing incredibly revealing clothing on Instagram. So there's no way she didn't understand American cultural norms like the meaning of hooking up as the wife of someone who used to be on a show called Guy Code where they talked about stuff like that. Also, the prostitute philosophy about how a guy should value you just for existing around him doesn't make her look innocent either. This entire podcast just makes Jesleen look worse, and it makes Akash look like a loser. Right here.
No, I think it makes them all look like losers. The whole, like, this is why I 100% think they probably lost a shit ton of fans. All of them. And they well deserved too, because, like, what do you mean? Like, these people, if it was someone else, they would be saying jokes out the fucking, they would be, oh, jokes this, say this, it's that, ooh that, you this, you that, to the other person. But if it's him, it's, oh no, she doesn't know anything. She's Indian. She's an Indian girl. Why are you hating on her? She doesn't know anything, right? No, I think I don't know, who's even watching Flagrant like that? I don't know. They got 2 million subs. They must be doing good. But like, bro, I think they was well deserved for them to get the amount of hate they did. Not saying go hate on them, but it's like, y'all just like pity pat. Like, are we supposed to take you serious after this? And y'all are over here like, yeah, bro, you definitely didn't mean having sex with guys. Would say popping my pussy. You meant hugging and having a deep conversation.
Was probably the most telling moment for me.
You're cool with him just getting a hand job massage?
Totally.
Are you
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I've said that it's less work for me.
I don't. This is. I don't.
Can you talk to our wives?
I don't believe this. Can I tell you why I don't believe this? You remember Horrible Decisions?
Yeah.
You guys were like, dude, I think your girl will be down. She keeps saying how pretty Wheezy is. And I was like, even then, I was like, no, the fuck. She's all talk. She's all bluster. That's why I haven't tested the hand job
paper
thing.
tiger.
She's our dog. She's a yapping little dog behind a fence.
I'm guessing she thinks that this is like a 4D chess move to cover up for the fact that she wants to cheat. She's only saying it's okay for him to do it because, for one, she knows that he won't, and because...
And I said, sorry, I'm pausing so much. I said this, you check out the other video, I might even, no, it won't even let me link it. But it's like, yeah, she said the orgy thing. She's like, yeah, oh, yeah. I want all of us to have fun. Trust me. I definitely don't want to be locked in a room with me and Nav, and he's punishing me with his 10-incher. I want us to all have fun. Oh, let's all have an orgy. No, you want Nav's 10-incher. And we know it. And your co-star knows it too, probably, because she's like, oh, well, let's step back into reality a little bit. She's honestly fucking fantasizing and fucking drooling out the mouth for Nav's 10-incher in Nav. Like, that shit is disgusting, man.
2, if she does cheat, she can say, well, yeah, but I said that you could do it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Nobody who actually loves you and is emotionally connected would allow a hall pass. This is one of those moments where a really bad person is trying to LARP as a good person, but doesn't actually know what a good person would say in that moment, so anything she says just further exposes her. The correct move was to apologize to her husband, ignore the haters, never bring this up again, and stop oversharing and treating the internet like your therapist. Also, Akash, you're on the road a lot as a comedian. I would not trust this chick to be faithful when you aren't around. Because when it comes to people like Jesleen, I think the reality is that they actually despise the person that they're with, which is why she treats them poorly and can't help but say inappropriate stuff. I think a part of the gaslight from Akash on this is that Jesleen, slept on the floor with him one time when he was broke, but also they broke up when he was broke, and she mysteriously got back together with him right around the time that he started making money again, which is suspicious considering all the gold digger ideology that comes out of her mouth. However, no matter how ride or die she was in the past, I don't think that justifies her present treatment of her significant other. Now, they haven't had any drama since, as far as I've seen, and her podcast appears to have been canceled, so hopefully Akash and his wife have learned their lesson. But speaking of people who are much further down the line of publicly displaying how unhealthy their relationship dynamic is, allow me to introduce you to Anissa Joma and her husband, Ian Joma, formerly known as Ian Washburn.
The only reason why we chose my name over his last name is because his last name is just objectively ugly. It's just an ugly last name. Washburn sounds horrendous.
In the past, you might have recognized Anissa as the prostitute Twitch streamer girlfriend of the once popular creator iDubbbz, who was famous for doing a creator deep dive series called Content Cop that was very well liked by a huge portion of the internet. But in more recent years, it's become obvious that she wears the pants in the relationship, and therefore she has graduated from being called iDubbbz's girlfriend and earned herself her own name.
Can we chill on asking if Ian's here or whatever? I get it's funny or whatever, but I've spent the past 4 years living in his shadow, so to speak, and I've been trying to do my own thing on the internet.
I don't even want to hear this, because this is what I'm saying. If your husband's already successful, you don't gotta be the next successful person. One person could be successful, and you could just be maintaining the ship. You could just be, hey, I'll help you book this. Just let me know. I can help you meal prep. I can do your clothes. I can go shopping for you. Just let me know. No, you want to be a streamer or some shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Gosh.
For 7 years before I even met him, and it is painful. I'd rather have 5 people want to be here for me than a bunch.
I'm not listening to that shit. I'm sorry, I just can't.
About you now draws far more interest in talking about iDubbbz. You made it, and all you had to do was taint the career of your husband so that it would be easy for you to outshine him. Personally, I think this is the move of a true anti-capitalist.
I'm more extreme than Ian, where I'm pretty anti-capitalist. I hate landlords.
Now, for those of you who have jobs and don't have time to keep up with all the iDubbbz...
Well, are these the same people selling merch? Are they actually selling merch? What do you mean you're, to people that this, what do you mean you're, selling things at, an X price higher than it's supposed to be? Oh, no, I just marked it up 200%. Wow. Isn't that odd?
Drama over the past 5 years. Basically what happened is that iDubbbz, or Ian, got into a relationship with Anissa. Anissa has always wanted to be a popular streamer, but she's untalented, so she's jealous of the success of her husband. Because she's jealous, instead of being happy for her partner's success, she constantly sabotages his career by publicly shaming him, and instead of getting rid of this girl who obviously doesn't love him, Ian defends her, and even more damning in terms of social media, he stopped making content that people like. Now, like I said with Jesleen, the blackpilling part of this is that oftentimes in these cases, people just see the end result and make claims that you can never tell if your partner will end up like this or not. But the reality is that girls like Anissa and Jesleen always show signs that they will become like this in the future early on in the relationship. In Anissa's case, it was day 1.
2016 would just literally let them talk. That's it. You don't gotta do this CIA counterintelligence, go behind a bush. You don't gotta do none of that counterintelligence type of shit. Let them fucking talk, because people like to talk. You start feeding them. Oh my gosh, that is so bad. Yeah, well, actually, I did sleep with 5 guys that one night. God, fucking dude. And you're in your brain like, yeah, I think our relationship is about to end. And you just let her talk. That's what I'm saying. Like, people got, like, you don't got to do this 4D chess. Like, not that. I mean, like, CIA type of, like, try to get her password so you can look through her phone. No, just let her fucking speak. Because a lot of people run their fucking mouth.
Also be the year Anissa would begin her relationship with the once popular YouTuber iDubbbz. This relationship started out as all healthy ones do, with Anissa cheating on her ex-boyfriend in order to be with Ian. That's right, before Anissa and Ian began dating, Anissa was in an active
If she will cheat on him, she's gonna cheat on you. That's my thing.
relationship with another League of Legends streamer named Acadian. Anissa and Acadian began dating around late 2015, and this relationship lasted until the first day Anissa would meet Ian.
I don't know how you can see this as a man and be like, yeah, she definitely won't treat me like that, right? And when I say this, understand that Anissa started treating Ian like shit very early on. They got together in 2016, and in 2017, she was already being incredibly inappropriate with a YouTuber named Chris Raygun, who was also in a relationship with someone else at the time.
Anissa being attracted to other men is a common trope when she's in a relationship. Another man Anissa had a crush on around this time was named Chris Raygun. Anissa would also show her romantic interest on Chris on Twitter, where she tweeted out a shirtless photo of him with the caption full of thirsting and squirt emojis.
You know, personally, I think it's inappropriate to publicly post about your celebrity crushes when you're in a relationship, but I can look past that because it's like a fantasy. However, in Anissa's case, her celebrity crush that she is openly fangirling over while she's in a relationship with iDubbbz is someone she regularly interacts with. And really, I think the breaking point for Ian Joma was around 5 years ago when Anissa opened up an OnlyFans account. He got backlash and was like, actually, I'm okay with being a cuck.
For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. I think all of it is cool. I'm okay with sex workers and girls being slutty. It has no bearing on my life whatsoever.
Oh, she wants to fuck a dude. But I know this is 100% a gateway to her banging another dude. Like, without a doubt. Oh, I'm doing it for work. Gosh, you're such a meanie. You don't understand what I'm doing for us. I am doing it for work. I am sacrificing for our relationship to sleep with this guy. So I'm doing it for work. Even though I did say he would be my celebrity coach, I'm sleeping with him for work and work only. I'm not gonna meet him at his house after and sleep with him again. But I'm doing it for work. I'm recording it for the camera. You can hold the camera if you want, though. Or sit in the chair. I don't know.
Someone who watched this video the day it came out, I love watching it 5 years later, knowing that this decision had such a huge effect on Ian's life that he's now so poor.
You can tell he did. He got tattoos now. His hair is falling now. I don't know. I'm just trolling. Let me stop. He's making a podcast now. God damn. He's probably subsidizing with some type of. I'm not gonna. No, allegedly, maybe some drugs. I don't know what he's doing. I don't want to put allegations on him.
That he streams on the ground. I hope that in the current year, we've all started to see how toxic these open-minded beliefs are. It turns out that traditional values and prejudices were correct the whole time.
That is
now,
funny.
normally I would say this is sad, but iDubbbz is such a backstabbing POS that I enjoy every clip I see of Anissa shaming him.
If I
okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna hold my tongue. I just believe platforming and allegations that Ethan raped his kids. What the fuck, bro? That's weird. Ugh.
Such a backstabbing POS that I enjoy every clip I see of Anissa shaming him.
If I look at you, even in like the viewfinder, extremely masculine chin, which is also why I like the buzz cut, because it like emphasizes your chin and your like heavy brow.
Is this
like I would argue you have one of the most. Part of the reason why I don't want to have a child with you is because I'm terrified if we have a girl that she's gonna have all your masculine features.
Isn't that interesting? I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Why is my boyfriend taking 40-minute showers and listening to Drake and crying in the fetal position? I don't know, man. Like, what do you mean the divorce came out of nowhere? What do you mean your boyfriend just suddenly killed himself? I thought he was happy. Yeah, I think because you're these things, I just wouldn't want to have a daughter with you. Does she not understand that if you have a daughter, there are some you look like your dad, okay? There is some, but like majority of the time you're gonna look like your mom.
I have never met somebody who has such an eagle face. Like, you have a very strong brow, which is very attractive on men. To be honest, there's a lot of attractive women that have that as well, like Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
But combined with
yeah.
me,
Mm-hmm.
I think the combination would be bad for a woman.
I think you're tripping.
I don't know.
Holy shit, never in my best dreams would I have imagined a clip as great as iDubbbz looking like he's expressing interest in having kids towards the end, but Anissa says she thinks he's too ugly. I wonder if she would have said that about Chris Ray Gun.
I actually don't think there's a world
Where I appeal
where
to straight women.
you could appeal to
You
straight
know what?
women.
I think you're right. Someone said, is there a look that appeals to everyone?
Hassan Abi appeals to everyone.
Oh my god. I will never get
What kind
people
of
who think it's
fucking
okay
weird
to
shit is
publicly
that?
shame their partner. For
No.
one, the more you shame your partner, the worse it makes you look because you're the one stupid enough to be with a loser. And two, in my opinion, this is a breakup move. It would be an argument the first time it happened, and then it would be the end of the relationship if the behavior were repeated. Because your job as a significant other is to be your partner's biggest cheerleader when it comes to how they're seen in public. And if they aren't doing that, then in my opinion, they're trash. Not
Yeah, and like you gotta understand there was an editor to that, so the editor had to re-listen to that. It was like, fuck. And then they actually posted that. Like, it's not like that clip just like surfaced. No, they actually they posted that whole podcast, and he just sat in the chair and just took it, bro. No, that's fucking nuts, man. Why would you do this? Why would you, like, bro? If you gotta say, if you want to have kids, even though she's good looking, whatever, bro, sacrifice your needs and your wants compared to freaking this girl that's damn, bro. She like, she likes the attention she gets when you're dating her or something like that. Like, bro, if you were a fucking McDonald's working flipping burgers, you fucking like a wagey, like Andrew Tate would say, a wagey, she wouldn't date you, bro. But now that you're successful, you can actually, some of your fans watch her because of the relationship. That's the only reason why she's with him, bro. And that's
say
sad.
that people can't communicate with friends and family to process difficult parts of the relationship, but if your wife is just unnecessarily shitting on you in public constantly, then that's a sign that you need to get rid of this person.
This is a great Anissa moment. You know her eternal quest to humiliate him? So this is a new chapter.
I don't know if chat can back me up. No. AFABs, gay men, whatever. The bigger the dick, the worse it's sex. Like a lot of men that have...
Just the premise alone, he's trapped. He's trapped from the beginning. Either he A, is bad at sex, or B, has a tiny penis. There's no escape.
I don't know if chat can back me up.
Nope. Back me up, chat.
Again, this would be really sad if iDubbbz weren't a terrible person. I mean, Anissa just like has professional levels of spite for her husband. There are multiple levels here. First, there's like no correct answer here. There's just a less bad one. And two, you get to hear about your partner having sex with other men. She's flaunting her sexual experience publicly while iDubbbz doesn't have any outside of his wife because Anissa is his first girlfriend. And you know what? Everyone's got to start somewhere, and certainly it's better than being used up, so I don't blame him for that. But the part where I lose respect is the part where he just lets this chick walk all over him.
I've met Ian. I've talked to Ian. I've seen his content over the years. Ian is an asshole, but he's also a very passive, live and let live kind of...
Yeah, I would be an asshole too if I fucking lived like that. Fuck. Like, and he literally can't say anything about it. No, like, I don't think people understand. His girl literally controls him. Like, from what I'm seeing, it literally looks like she's the head of the house. She says she could probably say this to him, and he would 100% listen to this. If she was like, the rules are from now on, you have to speak when spoken to. Yes, ma'am. Did I speak? Exactly. That's how it would go. If he tried to do something, she'd be like, "Did I speak to you? Why are you speaking? Speak when spoken to." She should try that rule out and see if it works.
easygoing guy. He's not a confrontational, aggressive, hostile person. His girlfriend, though, I think absolutely is. I can guarantee you that whenever there's a conflict, she's the one getting mad and he's the one saying like, bro, like stop, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this, right?
Out.
And so that's, I think, kind of what happened. If you've ever been in a relationship with a really domineering, aggressive, hostile person like Anissa seems to be, you would know how much that kind of puts your entire mind into like a brain fog. You're in survival mode. Exactly. You're constantly in fight or flight around this person. And you also like them, but there's this element of them that's like extremely mercurial, aggressive, and seemingly so in a random way. Yeah. That to me sucks the life force out of a person so fast it is insane.
This is probably true. Actually, allow me to add nuance because I don't think iDub sees it like this. I think if you asked him, he would say he does stand up for himself, but the problem is that it doesn't work.
Like, as our relationship went on, I share a lot. He's wanted me to share less. I've wanted him to share more. We've started to meet in the middle.
Yeah, so they probably have talked about Anissa making him look bad numerous times, but she knows he's not brave enough to do something like leave her, and because there's no threat of negative consequences, it just falls on deaf ears. Instead, she does whatever she wants and continues to treat the internet like her therapist by oversharing, which further adds to the pile of public black.
Yeah, you yell in the echo chamber, bro. Gosh, like, this is what I'm telling you. Like, the internet is not your friends. No, because, yeah, the part that is supporting you is, but once a clip like this goes out and people clown you, it's on you.
Mail against iDubbbz. All of this makes me think about a book I read called Good to Great. It's a book about how good businesses transition into becoming the top businesses. So it's about companies, but if you're smart, the ideas are universally applicable. One such universally applicable idea comes from Chapter 3, where the research team for that book found out that it's not a well-written business plan or favorable market conditions that cause a business to become a top company and sustain their success. The most important thing for a successful business are the people in the room. Competent and good people are so important that it's not even worth it to develop a business plan until you have the right people in the room. This is very much something that was said a lot about the founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, and the biography that was written on him. He always wanted to be around A players and not the C or the D team. But where I'm going with this is that it certainly is also true when it comes to relationships. Everyone thinks they can pull someone out of the bargain bin and mold them into the perfect partner, when the reality is that if someone's not already motivated to be great, you won't convince them. So if you're having long talks about how people need to change or be better and nothing ever changes or gets better, the correct answer is to not continue doing that. The answer is to go find someone who has already figured it out or is motivated to figure it out.
And he's 100% right here. One thing that I say a lot, bro, if you think you're going to be able to change someone else, how hard was it for you to change something about yourself? It might have took a year, might have took a couple months, might have done this. Some people never change the thing they want to change. If it's hard for you to do it, imagine you trying to make someone else do it. Just think, bro, like, don't do it. Don't waste 4 or 5 years of your life thinking you can change something that you'll never be able to change. You just wasted your life and money and time and effort and everything. Just wasted your fucking life.
Once you have found that person, the next step to a healthy relationship is to not demotivate them by falling into your bad habits. As for your exes, don't feel bad about breaking off their relationship because for the most part, if someone is resistant to change, then the only way they're going to learn is through suffering and loss. And by shielding them from that, you're only prolonging their mediocrity. Last, the book says that if you can't find the right person for the position, then keep looking. The wrong people are so disastrous that it's better that no one fill the role than to have it filled with the wrong person. I know looking can be frustrating, but taking anyone who applies, or if you're an employee, going with any company who will have you because you're desperate, is how you get into a situation like iDubbbz or Akash, who, from the looks of it, are really just holding on to their partners because they're the first person who paid attention to them, and they're too weak to break up to find someone who is a better fit. It's sad to watch.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a common denominator, but it is. Why would I say that? Akash's first relationship was Cheslene, and then Ida's first relationship was that girl. I don't know her name.
Well, Akash is sad to watch. Fuck iDubbbz. I hope Anissa and her husband never get divorced so they can serve as a warning to other people who might make similar relationship decisions. It's good to have a public example of the type of relationship that you're trying to avoid as you search for the ideal one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter.
Makes great videos. I don't really know iDubbbz. I don't really get into that type of fucking thing. If I ever find a video, maybe I will watch a video about it. I don't really know. I don't care that much about it. AI generated Hinge photos are insane. Exactly. People using AI for dating profiles never. Never. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. So I gotta lock back in. Seizes? Yeah, seizes to crack me. Yeah. His money is our money. My money is mine. Run. 100%. 100%. Think before you get to a relationship. Facts. Congratulations on 1 mil. Yeah. Oh yeah, he did hit 1 mil not too long ago. I got a cat called twice. Oh, I got cat called twice on a walk. Yeah, bro. The cat call. I'm not even gonna say that. Oh no. Oh no. Birthday week, birthday month, huge red flag. Exactly. My birthday month. Oh, shut the fuck up. Either you want the day or you're not getting shit. You pick. Like she acted like Jesus came back. My whole month we're celebrating. No, we're not. No, we're not doing all that. You get you a day. You might even like you go on a little trip. Fine with that. Go on a trip or something. But not like damn month. What the? Like you're dragging it too much. That type of shit is the people that care about themselves too much. Not saying like you shouldn't care about yourself, but it's like you're doing too much at this point where you're like not even fucking. You're a little too what's the word for it? I forgot. Divine feminine is a term used by a girl who instantly puts herself in a box. The box means never to be take serious or invest in. Yeah, she was just buzzword maxing, and that's a good phrase. Shot clavicular for that. I'm not the biggest fan of him either, but bro, you can just tell, like, cause people just use the same TikTok lingo. Like, yeah, overstimulated. I was this. I was that. I was divine feminine nature. I was trying to find myself. Dude, you're just buzzword fucking maxing, and that's the truth. Like, I'm taking over that word. I'm colonizing that word. Buzzword maxing. You're just buzzword maxing. I did this. It was that. He was a hypocrite, or he was this. He was a narcissist. No, you're just fucking buzzword maxing. Straight up.